we start with our first match of this afternoon. Is the Recurve Union women team. We have the coaches already entered, and we will have Korea shooting against Mexico. Korea, which was ranked number 1, against Mexico, which finished number 11. So Mexico had a very interesting path.
Yeah, they've definitely upset a few people on the way in here.
Yes, they start beating the team of France in the first elimination. Then they met Russia, and they beat Russia. And then they took care of Poland, putting them in the finals. When Korea has a bye in the first, in the 1/8 elimination.
There is benefits of ranking first, isn't there?
Yes, that's it. The little advantage when you finish first.
Yeah,
and then Korea met Ukraine.
Yeah, and that wouldn't be an easy team to take out, having knocked out China in the round before.
Yes.
China's always a good, strong team at these events as well.
Then they went Chinese Taipei, where they have a shoot-off in Chinese Taipei semi-finals.
Shoot-offs are quite regular now in the new team format, aren't they?
Yes. And they went to the 4 sets, and they shot the same score, 28, and has to be by the closest to the center. So that was a really tight match in semi-finals, Korea and Chinese Taipei. And Korea passed because one arrow was closer to the center than the other one of the team. And let's put Korea in the finals to meet Mexico.
Yeah, so we have 2 very strong women's teams on the field here.
Korea always there, but Mexico coming strong after finishing the 11th in the ranking, making all through to the finals. By Korea, I will make it easy. It's Mrs. Lee Kim. I'm not going into the names. And for Mexico is Karla Hinojosa, is Rebeca Marquez, and Laura Jaquelin Sosa. And
there's no practice, so straight into scoring rounds.
Yes, none of these archers have shot in this field before. It's the first arrow they will shoot. As we mentioned this morning, the practice field is on the other side of the building and a different
it's pointing a different direction, isn't it?
Yep.
So, well, coming in with an X, that's a nice way to start a gold medal or a bronze medal match.
They don't feel different.
So this is the gold medal match even,
yes,
sorry.
That's a gold medal match. We have in team, the bronze medal match was done 2 days ago.
Chinese Taipei came out on top there, so they've already secured the 3rd place spot.
Correct.
Of this World Championship in Yankton.
We can see this nice decoration of the chest guards.
I know, it is a very impressive thing in particularly Korea and quite a few of the Asian countries. They have very decorated chest guards. I know the Korean men have little sort of key rings stuck on the back of them. I think a lot of people use them for sponsorship, to stick logos and the like on.
That's right, and we have some issues in the Olympic Games because this is very close to having a branding.
That's true.
So we have regulation about...
They need masking taped over, don't they?
That's a pity because that's the area, as you know very well, when we don't want archers, we don't have nothing stick. We want to make sure that it's smooth. And in fact, the material they use for the chest guard is very, very...
it's like a flat, shiny plastic, yeah.
They have less friction than the other one that have
that's
a bit
nice group, the Mexicans are shooting.
Yes, very good start from Mexico. Mexico, who was very good archers, Recurve women, Recurve men, and compound women, compound men. It's a strong team in all the divisions.
Yes, they've come on very well in the past few years. There are a few highly successful archers in their team, such as Juan Rene, Ida Roman, Luis Alvarez. Generally, there's a few people performing very highly as well. Being a recurve archer, my compound knowledge isn't quite as good, but they have quite a few high-level compounds as well. And what happens when you have all these people performing well, the sport does well, the sport gets more money, they get to develop everything, and then everybody in the entire country comes on nicely.
Yes, one of the popular sports in Mexico, especially after the 2 medals they got in London 2012. Yeah. And let's say that they have developed the sport many years ago with the Olimpiadas Escolares, they call the school Olympics, where archery was included, and since then they have massive kids participation.
Everything has come on awful lot.
And they have states and schools.
That's a shame. 4 10s and 8, then put in a 7. Still, 55 is a very good end.
Totally right.
55.
7 that is not expected in Korean archer, but is welcome when they do it.
No, it definitely gives the Mexicans something to work with. 28 will tie the set. That's looking like they've lost the set.
Mexico does give a 7 as well, losing the set.
Even 2 10s will not be enough for them now.
when Koreans give you the opportunity, you should take it.
Yeah, they won't give little leeway. So when it's there, you need to capitalize. Definitely. I'm rather surprised by how both these teams are wearing long-sleeved shirts. I'm sitting here in the shade and I'm sweating.
It's very much in coming from Asian countries that they protect the arm from the sun.
Oh.
It's more to try to keep the temperature
I suppose
consistent
you
on the
keep-
body. Yep.
Yeah.
I have the same feeling. That's why I asked them. Say, not in this event.
So
in
it's not
previous
that
events.
they are cold. They're trying to keep sort of regulated.
They keep regulation, they keep in stride, and they try to avoid any kind of burning or any kind of cream
That's
they have to put
interesting.
to
That's very
protect.
interesting.
So it's very much Asian that they cover the arm, especially Asian women, because the men, they don't do this. It's just the women that they go and have the long leaf, even if it's hot, is to keep the circulation consistent, not having different temperature in the body.
So it's better to have, like, personally, if I wore a thermal in this temperature, I might be more consistent temperature-wise, but I would get very hot.
Me too. I will take it out.
I would be sweating a lot there if I was wearing a thermal out in that sun.
Totally right. And this is the way they see it, and it indeed is something they do consistently in many events. In Antalya as well, we see them
well,
very
if you
often.
train with it, you will
Yeah,
get away with it.
I think it's protecting the sun and avoiding to put any kind of cream. And we have a good start from Korea. The only thing, the 7 was out of the yellow. 55 points was enough for take the
You have to
2 set
take 2
points.
set points, and then it's a competition to get first to 5. We have both teams on 4 set points. We'll have a shoot off, but at the moment Korea has a 2-point lead going into the second set. And I take it the Mexicans wear long sleeves because compared to Mexico, it's quite cold.
That's a good point to see it, and you might be right.
Yeah, compared to Northern Ireland, where I hail from, this is very, very hot.
Don't forget that many of the a lot of success of the Mexican archers coming from Korean coaches that were in Mexico for many years, and several of the habits or action that the Korean used to do, they have it in Mexico. They have Korean style, Korean coaches,
I know
Korean way to see.
one of the coaches you speak of is Song Gi-woo, who was fairly closely linked with Ida Rahman when Song Gi was in Mexico for the past few years, but since I think 2012 she's been in the UK, so she's been training the GB team, and I work fairly closely with her at the Lilleshall National Sports Centre there.
Correct. And they
She's
have also
currently in Baku for the European Games at the moment.
yes, enjoying the wind they have there. It's a beautiful stadium, it's a beautiful village. We have been seeing messages from archers there, and of course many of the archers here have teammates or coaches there. It's at the European Games that will start from tomorrow. Some archers from here left today.
Really?
To try to go in time for the practice, official practice.
We were told they were mutually exclusive. I was very close to making the European Games team. Unfortunately, we only qualified one male spot for the European Games. At our selection shoot, I came a close second then. So if we'd had the full team and had 3 places, then I wouldn't be here right now. I would be in Baku in Azerbaijan.
Many teams have problem. Those that took the chance, they go very tight. They arrive early in the morning of the day of the official practice, which some of the NOCs don't allow this.
Yeah, our national governing body, Archery GB, they would not be happy with it.
They would like to have the archers arrive in 3 or 4 days at least to get used to the
get
village.
acclimatized, get used to everything.
But some teams took the chance, probably thinking they could make both. Or maybe that they are not making the finals here and can go earlier. But for example, Turkey had the final here, has to shoot and just run to the airport to try to be on time in Baku.
Very stressful that. But you can. Oh yes, they're shooting very well here. So we're on a 46.
Come back to the match. It's a very good start.
Only 1 point behind Korea with 2 arrows more in the target.
Nice view.
Oh, that's a shame.
That's not good, and that's open really the window for Korea to get this set.
Definitely.
It's difficult to survive giving a 6 when you shoot against Korean.
The last archer is the one with the pressure on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can take competing here and then going straight to the European Games. It could be taken as a positive or a negative. In my opinion, it would probably be a negative in that I'm away from training solidly for more than a week. My hour numbers have not been what they would usually be during a week. My strength training core, everything is down a bit. My nutrition's not quite what it would be. But then there is a great argument that you are in competition mode. When you're here, you're focused, you're on it, you're putting 100% into it, and you're in competition mode. Yeah. So if you go from this, a slightly lesser event in some people's eyes, to the European Games, then that could be a very good transition in that you're not leaving that competition mode, you're always staying at that peak performance level.
There's always, depending how the result will be. If you do this, arrive there and win a medal, it was a good choice.
Yeah.
And was very beneficial. If you go to Baku and you make a bad result, it's clear that was not a good choice. It's difficult to anticipate. Coaches and National Federation archers try to see what works well. And of course, archers, you want always to compete in as much as possible. It's a great opportunity to go to the World Championship and then to European Games.
It would be great to say I'd done both, but unfortunately not possible.
Good. We can see that Korea took the second set as well, 53 against 51 from Mexico. It's 4 set points to 0 from Mexico. Mexico has to come strong.
Yeah, Mexico needs to win this set to keep the match alive. Even a draw will see the Koreans take home the gold medal. One more World Championship in a bank of many for the Korean national team.
They are strong, they are very talented, they have a good system, they have a good school, they have good coaches, good archers. It's difficult not seeing them in the finals.
The problem is that their talent pool is so deep. There are so many people shooting to such a level that when you skim the top few off and send them to international competition, they are bound to be a very competitive team.
You know that sometimes they send a company team, a professional team representing the country in some of our World Cup, and these are not the archers of the national team, but there's no way to see the difference in score.
Yeah,
they do
they're
as
still
good,
up there.
they do as well or even better than the national team.
This is not looking good for the Mexicans.
I don't see any problem with the wind. Let's say that we feel a bit of wind in the top of the stands, but not in the field of play. Especially, it's not enough wind to justify these shots. This is
pressure shots. It's getting shaky.
Indeed, they need to do better, and as more you try, you go worse.
You could think that perhaps the girls are shooting very light poundages. The fact their sight bar is pulled in, well, that's what we need. The fact their sight bar is pulled in, that suggests that they cannot make 70 meters with the sight bar fully extended, and so perhaps they're shooting maybe 30 odd pounds, which could be affected in the wind, but it just doesn't look that windy here.
No, it's not windy, I don't think. I guess they have a bit more, but 34, 36. However, this 5 or 6 does not justify the poundage, or the wind is more the pressure, in my point of view.
Very good shooting from the Korean women's team here.
It's, as an archer, when you're behind and you need to come back, you force yourself to say, this must be a 10, and you focus on the result and not how to make it 10.
Yeah, you can't shoot. You shouldn't try and shoot a 10. What you try and shoot is an average shot.
A good shot, solid shot, what you do every day. 10-9-9 for Korea, 28, Mexico 21. Very, very difficult, more or less impossible mission to come back.
When we get to this level of shooting, everybody can put them in the middle. The fact they have got this far proves that they can shoot very well, shoot them in the middle. It is just shooting them when matters is what makes the difference between a good archer and a top archer.
Fully agree, they are not here in the final shooting like that, and because of luck, they have performed very, very well. And of course, shooting against Korea, you know you have to give your best.
It is always going to be a hard match.
And that's give you a bit of extra pressure that can pay off for these little mistakes. When you force yourself too much.
But as you say, they have performed very well and will, no matter what, be taking home a silver medal with them at least today.
Which I always used to say that you win the silver medal, because people with the silver medal think I lost it. I lost the match, so I got the silver. No, winning. You want to
you still come home with a very good placement. You are the second best person on that field.
I would
That's
say
still
that
a good place to be.
Before starting the competition, I tell you get the silver, you will be happy.
Yeah, if you can do a silver with nothing, you would take the silver.
Of course.
At the time, whenever you walk off the field, there will be a while where you go, oh, I lost.
Beautiful.
But I think in the end, it's a good place to be. I would think fourth place is often the hardest to be, because you've lost your second last match and then lost your last match.
This is really tough, and you are so close, and you could not recover from the first loss. Yes, I fully agree with you. We see solid shots right now. Korea is making nice, easy shot,
Very
no
good
pressure
shot.
at all.
I think she needs to hit the balls to win the match. Think she can hit the balls?
I think so.
Hit will win.
Yeah, she hit the balls.
Team Korea wins the gold medal and your new world champion.
And Korea are the world champions in the junior ladies recurve team division.
One more time we hear the Korean anthem today.
Absolutely.
It's make it easy for our sport presentation team. They
Yeah,
just
they
have
don't
one
need to
anthem
change the setup,
yes,
do they?
one anthem to select. Correct. Here, Mexico congratulating the Korean archers. It's a very good performance from the Korean junior
It's a
women team.
nice thing to see the Koreans bow to everybody. I think it is just like a formality in their society, but it is, you know, from an outsider looking in, it's a very respectful way to say, you know, thank you for the match, well done. Very respectful.
Mexico celebrating, they got to the final and they got the silver medal. And the Team Korea celebrating that they got the gold medal.
I'm not sure if you can see it in these shots at the moment, but the Korean women will all have matching trainers on. Their entire uniform is given to them when they make the national team, and they are identical clothing-wise from head to toe.